the one, the only, Benzion. Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube, Iyun Benzion, inaugural Iyun Benzion Benzion Gittin. And I said in the regular shir, we're starting now a string of 5 different Masechtas: Gittin, Kiddushin, Baba Kama, Baba Metzia, Baba Basra. 5 of the most yeshivish Masechtas you're going to find in the world. The Yeshivas Mir has a cycle of 10 Masechtas they repeatedly do over 5 years, 2 Masechtas a year. 5 of those Masechtas are these 5 Masechtas. The other ones, these are like the main ones. I mean, besides Ksuvos and Yavamos, So this is pretty much it. This is pretty much everything. Ksuvos, Yavamos, and Darim, and they also have Sukkah and Psachim. Those are the other 5. We've done those already, if you've been with me, or if you've been with a different share. But today is the Iyun share. Now is the Iyun share. I gave the regular daf share before. The Iyun share, I want to discuss the machlokas over here between Rabbah and Rava, the famous machlokas over here. What's the reason the Rabbanan instituted that someone comes from outside Eretz Yisrael, delivers a get to Eretz Yisrael? He has to say v'fanei nachtam. So Rabbah says the reason is because outside Eretz Yisrael they're not baki, they're not familiar with the halachas of lishma. One of the halachas of the get, kas of law. You have to write it for a woman, for a specific woman. If you don't know who the woman is, or if you write it for one woman and you try to give it to a different woman, it doesn't work. They don't know about that. So therefore you need Eid Echad to testify this man wrote it for this woman. He signed it and he wrote it and signed it for this woman. Rava says a different reason. It seems like possible like Rava. He says that Eretz Yisrael is not a lot of people. So therefore it's very hard to verify that these are the actual signatures on the get. Because the Mishnah makes it very clear on Daf Bezim and Aleph that if the Ma'orin come, even if there's a person that says v'fanei nachtam, people come and say, wait a second, I challenge the validity of this get. You have to verify it. How do you verify it? You have to bring 2 Eidim. Either the 2 Eidim that signed it and say this is our signature, the 2 other Eidim who recognize the signatures of these 2 people. It's hard to find that in Eretz Yisrael. So therefore what we do is we mandate, person says v'fanei nachtam, to preclude that people shouldn't be ma'orer. Now if it happens that they are ma'orer, even the guy who says v'fanei nachtam, you would still have to validate it, to verify it with 2 Eidim. He's not good enough. So the question I left with the regular share was, the Gemara says, right, how could you rely on this one person? He said, so the Gemara says, and really you need 2 Eidim. It's a davar shebe'erva, because she has a cheskes exist. It's she's married. You have to try to prove she's not married anymore. You need 2 Eidim, davar shebe'erva. The Gemara says, rov bikine. Most people, even outside of Israel, are baki and lishma. They understand lishma. Still, it's a problem. Right? The Gemara says a problem. The Gemara says Rabbanan hu de'itzrach ha'acham mishum iguna akilu barbanan. We ended off the shir, top of Gimel and Aleph, because we don't want a woman to remain in aguna, so they're makel over here. And the question is, why do you have to be makel over here? Right? Once we established, fine, Eid Echad is not good enough over here, but you have Rov. Rov is good enough. Rov, Ruba is at least 80%. It's equal or more than 2 Eidim. So what are we worried about? And also, why does the other opinion argue? Right? This is only according to Rava, right? Not Baki and Lishma. But what about according to Rabbah? What about according to Rava? Right? What's the problem over here? So the answer is like the Mishnah spells out, that we're worried about ma'orin, people that are going to come and challenge the validity they get. They'll get it delivered from New York to Eretz Yisrael, to Jerusalem. And 2 people come and say, wait a second, I don't think this person, this man, this husband really wrote the get. In which case, everyone agrees you have to be Makayim if it's a valid error. Now, the Gemara in Masechtas Ksuvos discusses what's considered an error. You usually need 2 people to ma'ara. One person, one whistleblower is not good enough. You need 2 people to state that, to challenge the validity they get. But if it happens that they challenge the validity they get, so then you have to bring proof that the people actually signed on the get. Either the actual signatures on the get, those people, signatories on the get, have to come and verify their signatures. Or other people who recognize there's distinct handwriting have to verify their signatures. And that's very difficult. That's really what's going on over here. The Gemara says, yes, it's true. You have Eid Echad and Misur, with one person saying, v'fanei nachtam. And you also have Rov B'ki and Lishma, outside of Israel. Nonetheless, it's a problem because we're worried about Orurin. We're worried about Orin. Because the Orin come, right? If Orin come, so then it's not good enough, the rove. It's not good enough. They've challenged it. So you're going to have to bring a better proof. You're going to have to verify the actual signature, which is a better proof. So that's what the Gemara means, Mishum Gittin Hula Rabbanan. Even though the Rabbanan should have been worried about maybe there'll be Ma'orim, it's very likely, right? This person has been unwilling to give a get to his wife for 10 years, and now he finally gives a get. He's probably not so willing, and they'll probably challenge it. Maybe he'll regret giving it after he did. So therefore, the Rabbanan weren't worried about it over here, and therefore they relied on the Eid Echad and the Rov. Right? Now, this is all according to Rabbah. What is Rabbah? Rabbah is a different reason. He gives a different reason. Why does he rely on Rabbah's reasoning, right, the Eid Echad plus the Rov? It could be, so there's two possibilities. The Gemara will discuss further the Machlokes Rabbah and Rabbah. But there's two possibilities in Rabbah. First of all, you can say in Rabbah, he holds that the Rabbanan weren't to make because the Orim are strong. The Orim, maybe you need 90% proofs. Therefore, he didn't rely, right, on that. All right, it wouldn't be good enough. It wouldn't be good enough. That's why the Rov and the Eid Echad would not be good enough. And therefore, he gives a different reason why they needed it, because otherwise it wouldn't have been good enough. Or he holds that Orin have no significance. Orin have no significance. But well, let's leave it like that. Probably, let's go with the first reason. Probably the reason is because, well, either two possibilities. Either the Orin is going to be too strong, and he's not willing to make it be iguna. We're not willing to say that Rabbanan were make it by an aguna. Or he's just not worried that Orin will come. That's really what Rav gives a different reason, but he's not worried Orin will come. So it must be a different reason that Rabbanan had to say Fanei Nacham, because you have a Rov, B'ki and Lishma. He's not worried Orim will come. If he's not worried that protesters will come, so technically you have the Rov, and the Rov by itself would be sufficient, right? Rud Lezimon is sufficient by itself. So that's why he argues on Rav. Rav says, Ein B'ki and Lishma. What do you mean, Rov B'ki and Lishma? So he gives a different reason. But what about the fact, right, that Rov? So he holds one of two possibilities. He holds, we're worried about the Orim, or we're not worried about the Orim. We're not worried about the Orim. So therefore, it has to be a different reason why the Rabbanan necessitated someone to say Fanei Nacham. Hope you enjoyed today's show. We'll discuss more going forward. The Machlokes between Rabbah and Rava. See you in the next one.